I wish I could stop that guy. That guy haunts me. I wish I could stop that.
Mike Tyson just gave a final bone-chilling warning to Jake Paul before their fight on September 15th. And he didn't hold back. He did it right on Logan Paul's podcast. You probably saw Jake flapping his gums at the recent press conference, acting like he's already won, while Tyson just sat there, cool as ice, barely saying a word. But it was because Tyson's the kind of guy who lets his fists do the talking. He doesn't need to waste his energy on trash talk because his legacy alone does all the intimidating. But don't get it twisted. Just because he was quiet doesn't mean he's going to let Jake slide. Nope. Tyson made sure to clear up any confusion with a warning that's going to haunt Jake right up until the fight.
Look at his power. He's going to get KO'd. People are yelling at me in the event. But what happens when I put this man to sleep? This shit is not a...
The crowd, loving every second of the drama, cheered him on, boosting his already inflated ego as he kept jabbing at a man who's got nothing left to prove. But here's where things get interesting. Tyson's silence wasn't him cowering in the corner. Not even close. Jake Paul, in all his youthful arrogance, is treading on thin ice. He's playing a game that's taken down many before him. Tyson's got a history with these loudmouths who thought they could win the fight with their mouths before ever stepping into the ring. But Jake? He's too caught up in his own hype to see the warning signs. He's convinced that throwing around insults is going to rattle Tyson, like somehow his words are going to give him the upper hand against a man who dominated the heavyweight division like nobody else.
Anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this motherfucker out, and we're going to see who's dead. We will see who's dead. We will see who's dead.
Jake taunted, as if saying it over and over would somehow make it true. But here's the kicker. Jake might just be setting himself up for the biggest fall of his life. Jake's about to find out the hard way that the ring is a whole different ballgame, and Tyson's the one who's been playing it for years. Mike Tyson's terrifying legacy isn't something you can just read about and fully grasp. It's a force that's left its mark on anyone who's ever stepped into the ring with him. Now, in a rare moment of vulnerability on Logan Paul's podcast, Tyson peeled back the layers of his persona and let the world in on the internal battle he faces every day.
I wish I could stop that guy. That guy haunts me. I wish I could stop that.
You could almost hear the silence in the room after that one, because those aren't the words of a man who's just playing up for the cameras.
I wish that guy died, but he's here to stay.
He admitted, and if that doesn't make you shiver, I don't know what will. This was about the constant battle within Tyson, where, as he puts it,
I'm always in handcuffs, so I'm very careful when that guy comes out.
You break out in handcuffs?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Every time I drink...
Tyson is painfully aware of the power and danger of this side of himself, and he knows better than anyone the devastation it can cause when it's unleashed outside the ring. So when Jake Paul is poking the bear thinking he's got Tyson figured out, he's not just provoking a fighter, he's stirring up something far more dangerous. Tyson's been through the trash talk, the pre-fight theatrics, more times than he can count, and he knows that in boxing, words are nothing but air. Tyson knows that in the world of boxing, psychological warfare is half the battle, and by staying quiet, he's forcing everyone, Jake Paul, the crowd, the media, to fill in the blanks. What's Tyson thinking? What's he planning? And did Jake just make the biggest mistake of his life by underestimating him? Despite all the noise from Jake Paul's fans and critics who are quick to claim that Tyson is too old for this fight, Mike Tyson's response has been nothing short of a mic drop. With that signature intensity only Tyson can deliver, he laid it out plain and simple.
You need to come tell me in my face.
Whoa. You won't?
These bad boys simulate the oxygen levels you'd find on top of a mountain, forcing your body to work overtime just to keep up. They're not for the faint of heart, and many younger fighters shy away from them because they're just that brutal. But Tyson? He's embracing the challenge, pushing his cardiovascular system to the brink, building endurance like it's nobody's business. And let's not forget the cryotherapy chamber, where your body gets exposed to freezing temperatures that would make a polar bear shiver. It's all about reducing inflammation and speeding up recovery, which is crucial when you're training at Tyson's level. Most fighters wouldn't go near this thing. It's uncomfortable, to say the least. But for Tyson, who's spent a lifetime enduring pain, it's just another tool in his arsenal. It's a testament to his commitment, showing everyone that he's not just relying on past glories, he's actively preparing to make history once again. Then there's the Versa Climber, a machine that's the stuff of nightmares for anyone who's ever set foot in a gym. It's a full-body workout that doesn't just test your strength. It pushes your stamina, coordination, and mental toughness to the edge. Tyson, at 58, is taking this beast head-on, proving that he's not just ready to fight, he's ready to dominate. This isn't the training routine of someone who's past their prime. It's the regimen of a warrior who knows exactly what he needs to do to win. But here's where things get really interesting. The reaction from Jake Paul's own camp. When Jake's dad was asked if he's nervous about his son stepping into the ring with Tyson, he didn't hold back. "You nervous for Jake? But yeah, it's a fight, and this is the baddest Tyson on the planet, so yeah, hell yeah."
And we loved it.
So are you nervous for Jake?
Fuck yeah, it's a fight. And this is the baddest motherfucker on the planet. So yeah. Hell yeah.
Ever. Any.
Now, when your own father, the guy who's supposed to be your biggest cheerleader, is openly admitting he's worried, that's saying something. It's like even Jake's family can't ignore the reality of what he's up against. They know Tyson's reputation, and deep down they might be just as nervous as the rest of us. Family is supposed to have your back no matter what, right? But here we have Jake Paul's own father, the man who should be hyping up his son, basically admitting that Tyson is a threat. It's almost as if they're closet Tyson fans themselves, fully aware of the legend Jake is about to face. This fight isn't just another YouTuber stunt. It's a serious clash between a living legend and a brash newcomer, and even Jake's family seems to understand who's really got the upper hand. The dynamics at play here are fascinating. On one side, you've got Jake Paul, a guy who's made a name for himself by challenging the status quo, using his brash personality and social media following to carve out a spot in the boxing world. On the other side, there's Mike Tyson, a name that's synonymous with power, fear, and respect. Jake might have youth on his side and the loudest voice in the room, but Tyson has something much more formidable: experience and a legacy built on actions, not words. Tyson's training is a reflection of that legacy. He's not just preparing for another fight, he's on a mission to prove a point. To all those who doubt him, who think he's too old, Tyson is showing that he's still capable of delivering the kind of punishment that made him a household name. This isn't just about stepping into the ring for one last shot at glory. It's about reminding everyone, especially Jake Paul, that age is just a number when you've got the heart, the will, and the tools to back it up. Jake Paul might have his fans, but even they can't ignore what's right in front of them. Tyson isn't coming into this fight as some washed-up relic. He's coming in as a force of nature, ready to unleash the same intensity that saw him rise to the top of the boxing world. And as much as Jake's supporters want to believe in their guy, the reality is that Tyson's preparation, his mindset, and his legacy are obstacles Jake will have to overcome if he hopes to walk out of that ring with his head held high.